How to write functions much faster and simpler in Google Sheets. Hi, my name is Danila, and the answer is to use the Lambda function. Now I'll show you and explain how to do it. So here we have the table with the following columns. The column 1 is the column with our months. Then we have the salary column, then tax, and two other options how it can be calculated. Then we have the accumulated tax here, and also two options how to calculate the accumulated tax. So let's assume that we have the salary from July to October. Our fixed tax rate is 30%, and we would like to at first find the tax for each month. So let's start with the simple column, the column tax. Yes, it can be found in much simple way. So we can just write salary, multiply it by 30%, and here it is. Here is the tax for July. Then we can distribute this cell till the end, and here it is. Here we can see our tax. And so how we can use the Lambda function in order to simplify our task. So let's start with the definition of the Lambda function. Lambda function is the function that is used for making new custom functions. So the syntax of this function is quite simple. We have lambda and two parentheses. In the first parenthesis we write name and the formula expression, and the second parenthesis we write the cell where our lambda function will work. So let's try to use the lambda function in order to find the tax here. So we write equal, then lambda, and now we will define it. So it will be the following. So we need to at first define the variable that will be used in the next formula expression. So let's take, for example, like salary, and then write the formula itself. It will be salary multiplied by our tax. It's 0.3, so it's 30%. And the second bracket is the cell where we would like to use our lambda function. So the cell is B3. So we apply this function, and here it is. Here our text. So now let's put the $sign here in order to fix the column B. And when we will distribute this lambda function till the end of our column, this table will be fixed, so it will be always B, and only the row will change. So we will have B3, then B4, B5, B6, B7, and so on and so on. So let's do this, and here it is. Here we can see that all taxes have been calculated using the lambda function. And now let's assume that we would like to save this lambda function that we have created in order to use it in other places, and to use it with some special name, and to know where it is, how to use this, what parts of this function, what means, and so on and so on. So we need to go to data. There we need to go to the section named functions and create new function. I have already created this function. Let's delete it and create a new one. So let's define this function as tax calculation, calc. I'll find strong description. It will be calculate the tax of 30% for the salary. There we need to put our lambda function, and it will be the following. Let's copy and put here. Also, then we need to define the arguments. The arguments will be b3. We click there and define that it will be the cell where this function, this lambda function, is going to work. So I would like to name it cell. We can find this b3, this variable, in any other way. For instance, a mobile, range, args1, arguments 1, we can write anything. So I would like to put here cell, so we define it. Then everything is defined, so we push next. And here we need to describe. I would like to describe this function in the following way. So the cell for calculating the text. So let's create, and here it is. Our named function is created, so we can use this lambda function. One moment. Much faster. So equal sign, and we write this the name of this function that we have already created. So tax calc, and here it is. And then we need to only write the cell, the place where we would like to execute our function. So let's put like b3 and close the bracket. And here it is. Also, let's put a $sign in order to fix the column. And here it is. And let's distribute the column, this formula, till the end of the column. And now let's try to complicate our lambda function a little bit. I also have to say that there is some functions with which this lambda function can be used, and here you can see this list at the screen right now. So we will try to use the lambda function with the reduce function from this list, and the reduce function reduces array for using lambda for each value. It means that we give the array the list of values to our reduce function, and to each value in this array our lambda is used, and then again put it in array in a list. So for instance, if we take a range from b2 to b5 and put it in the following way, we write reduce range b2 b5 and use lambda for this. So we will have b2, then we execute this lambda function for b2 and put it in some place. Then we take b3, execute lambda function for b3 and put this new b3 in some place. Then we take b4, execute b4 with this lambda function and put it some way, and then b5 also execute the lambda function for this b5 and put it in some place. So let's find the accumulated stacks for our salary. So it will be the following. Yes, our accumulated stacks can be found quite simply, but with additional column. It means that we would need to define the tax at first, and then we would need to write in the following way, equal, then there it will be the sum this month plus this salary, one moment, plus this salary, and here the sum will be defined. Here let's try to make it like this. Let's check. No, it works incorrectly, so it will be this month plus this month, and here it is. And let's define the last cell. Yeah, now everything's correct. But if we want to find the accumulated text faster, we can use the lambda function with the reduce function for this goal. So we write equal reduce function. Also, let me introduce the syntaxes of the lambda function. So the syntaxes of the lambda function is the following. We have one parenthesis, one pair of brackets where we have name 1, name 2, and formula expression, where the formula expression is our lambda function. So the name 1 resolves to the current value in the accumulator, and name 2 resolves to the current value in our list of values, in our array or our range. So it means then we would have the following. So let me show you this on the example. We have the reduce, then we have to write that our first value to which we would like to add our new values is 0. So the starting value, the starting integer is 0. Then we write the cell we would like, where we would like to use our reduce function. So it will be b3, then comma, and then we write our lambda function, lambda, and then we write the following. So we would like to define the first name as the accumulator. So accumulator is this 0 is the starting value. Then we have salary. Salary is the variable that we would like to use in the next formula expression, right? And then our formula expression, it will be salary multiplied by our tax rate 0.3. Then we close our brackets of the lambda function and write plus accumulator. Accumulator again. Accumulator is a name 1 is this 0, and accumulator is the first variable and it equals to 0. So close the brackets, and this function will work in the following way. At first it will take 0, then it will define the tax of 300 pounds for the first month, for the July, and then adds this 300 pounds to 0. So it will be 300 pounds. Then it will take this 300 pounds, then go to the cell B4, find that the tax is 600, and then it will sum up, then it will be 900, and then it will move next and next till the function has been found. And so again, here is the example, here is the actual way how does our reduce function actually has to look like. So it will be like this. Then we will distribute our lambda and the reduce function till the ends of the column. We would also need to add there instead of b3 our range. So here I will show you what I have done. I have written in the August row that the range is from b3 to b4. So it will accumulate for 2 months, right? Then we go to September and I write that please find me the accumulated tax for 3 months from July to September. So from b3 to b5. And then in the October, I would also need to write the range from b3 to b6. Please find me the salary with the tax and sum up for 4 months from July to October. So that's it, nothing difficult. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.